On the 26th of March 2025, this year, a total of 121 case dockets that were under investigation were taken away from the task team as directed by a Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection, a Lieutenant General Sibiya, who was acting on the instruction of the Minister of Police to disband the team. This was done without the authority of the National Commissioner, nor I, as a Provincial Commissioner, was never informed. These case dockets have since March been sitting at the head office ever since, without any investigation work done on them. 5 of these dockets had already instruction to arrest perpetrators, but nothing has been done because a Lieutenant General Sibiya, being instructed by the minister, or well, executing instruction of the minister, withdrew all these dockets and they're sitting in archive in his office in Pretoria.
Your name will be inscribed or has been inscribed on it in recognition of the work you continue to do, your fight against crime, but also the briefing that you held last year that set not just tongues wagging, but also set the nation on a new trajectory in terms of political development, but also in terms of the changes in the political landscape as well. And let's celebrate Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. I received this recognition with humility, but with caution. Caution because the work of a police officer is not performed for applause. It is not performed for headlines. It is not performed for awards. It's a job that is performed for the people of South Africa. But as a disciplined police officer, I took an oath many years ago, an oath to uphold the Constitution of the Republic, to protect the citizens of this country, and to defend the rule of law without fear and any favor. When institutions begin to fear truth, then they fear criminality. South Africa enters a very dangerous territory. South Africa is standing at such a crossroad as we speak today. So we cannot continue to normalize corruption. We shouldn't continue to protect incompetence in the main from public servants. If South Africa is serious about the national reset, then the reset must include all of us. It must start with politicians. They drive fancy cars these days. They live like business people.
The KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, has delivered a powerful warning that South Africa risks undermining its democratic institutions if corruption, incompetence, and criminality continue to be tolerated, declaring that the country has reached a defining moment in its history. Addressing guests at the National Press Club in Pretoria on Friday after being named Newsmaker of the Year 2025, Mkhwanazi used the occasion not to celebrate personal recognition, but to issue a call for accountability, ethical leadership, and national renewal. The award follows a tumultuous year in which the senior police officer found himself at the center of the national debate after making explosive allegations regarding corruption and criminal infiltration within sections of the country's criminal justice system. Standing before the journalist, public officials, and civil society representatives, Mkhwanazi made it clear that the recognition should not be interpreted as a popularity contest or a personal triumph. Instead, he said it reflected the importance of speaking the truth and defending the Constitution, even when doing so carries significant personal and professional risks, and said police work is not performed for applause. headlines, or awards. It is performed for the people of South Africa. The Provincial Commissioner reflected on the oath he took when he joined the South African Police Service, describing it as a lifelong commitment that remains unchanged regardless of political pressure, public sentiment, or personal consequences, and said, as a disciplined member of South African Police Service, I took an oath many years ago, an oath to uphold the Constitution, protect the citizens of this country, and defend the rule of law without fear or favor. And said that oath does not change depending on political convenience, media pressure, public opinion, or personal consequence. Mkhwanazi also revisited the controversial media briefing he delivered on 6th of July 2025, insisting that it was motivated solely by his duty as a police officer and his concern for the future of the country. According to him, the briefing was never intended to elevate his public profile or position him as a political figure, and said the media briefing of 6th of July 2025 was not an exercise in popularity, it was not a campaign, it was not an attempt to become a public figure. It was an act of duty, an act informed by conscience, an act informed by the love of this country, and an act informed by the responsibility I carry as the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal. His remarks drew attention to what he described as a growing threat facing South Africa's institutions, the possibility that the truth itself could become more feared than criminal behavior, and said when institutions begin to fear the truth more than they fear criminality, society enters dangerous territory. South Africa is standing at such a crossroads. The Commissioner argued that corruption, organized crime, and poor governance continue to exact a devastating toll on ordinary South Africans, weakening public trust and creating an environment in which law-abiding citizens feel increasingly vulnerable. He painted a stark picture of communities living under the threat of criminal syndicates, businesses struggling to survive, extortion rackets, and citizens being forced to secure themselves behind walls, electric fences, and burglar bars while criminals operate with apparent impunity. He said we cannot continue to normalize corruption. We cannot continue to protect incompetence. We cannot continue to romanticize criminality while honest citizens live behind burglar bars, businesses collapse under extortion, communities are terrorized by organized crime, and public trust in institutions continues to erode. Mkhwanazi stressed that South Africa's ambition of building a capable and developmental state will remain unattainable unless compromised institutions are confronted and reformed. And said the truth is painful. A capable state cannot coexist with compromised institutions. He further argued that efforts to reform the criminal justice system should not be selective or politically motivated, referring to what he called a necessary spring cleaning within state institutions. Mkhwanazi said accountability must extend to every sector of society, regardless of status, influence, or power, and said the spring cleaning currently confronting the criminal justice system must cut across all sectors of society, government departments, municipalities, law enforcement agencies, the private sector, and yes, even the media itself. His comments highlighted the need for self-reflection across institutions that routinely demand accountability from others. Every organization, he said, should honestly assess whether its actions are guided by public service or self-interest, and said, are we serving South Africa or are we serving ourselves? Throughout his address, Mkhwanazi repeatedly returned to the theme of patriotism, arguing that genuine love for the country is demonstrated through actions rather than rhetoric. In his view, patriotism is measured by integrity, courage, and a willingness to place the nation's interest above personal comfort or political gain, and said patriotism is not found in slogans. It is found in accountability, it is found in ethical leadership, it is found in courage, and it is found in the willingness to place country before comfort. He acknowledged that South Africans may hold different political beliefs, opinions, and perspectives, but insisted that all citizens share a common responsibility to safeguard the country's future, and said we do not all have to agree, we do not have all to be friends, but we all have a responsibility to serve the interests of South Africa. In one of the most striking moments of his speech, Mkhwanazi rejected the idea that the country requires heroes to solve its challenges. Instead, he argued that South Africa needs principled individuals who consistently perform their duties with honesty and discipline, even when their efforts go unnoticed, and said this country does not need heroes, it needs principled people. People who will do their jobs honestly when nobody's clapping for them. People who understand that integrity is not a performance, but it is a discipline. Despite receiving one of the country's most prestigious media recognitions, Mkhwanazi cautioned against viewing the award as evidence that South Africa's challenges have been overcome. On the contrary, he said the recognition serves as a reminder that much work remains to be done, and said accepting this award therefore does not suggest that all is well in our country. It is precisely because all is not well that every one of us must recommit ourselves to making it well. Looking ahead, the Commissioner called for a comprehensive national reset built on accountability, transparency, and ethical leadership. Such a process, he argued, must involve every major institution in society, including political leaders, law enforcement agencies, the judiciary, businesses, civil society organizations, and the media, and that if South Africa is serious about a national reset, then that reset must include all of us. Political leadership, law enforcement, the judiciary, businesses, civil society, and the media. No institution can place itself above scrutiny while demanding accountability from others. Mkhwanazi concluded his address by dedicating the Newsmaker of the Year award to the thousands of police officers who continue serving the country under often difficult and dangerous circumstances. He paid tribute to officers who leave their homes each day, unsure whether they will return, detectives who work tirelessly through the night to secure convictions, and members who continue performing their duties despite intimidation, resource shortages, and public criticism, and said the police officers who leave their homes every day uncertain if they will return, the detectives working through the night to secure convictions, and the officer who continue to serve with integrity despite intimidation, limited resources, and relentless criticism. There are many honest and committed police officers in this country, men and women who refuse to surrender this organization to corruption, criminal infiltration, and institutional decay. This recognition belongs to them. He added that the award also belongs to those public servants who remain committed to building a safe, ethical, and capable state, and who regard service to the public as a sacred responsibility rather than a political slogan. Ending on a reflective note, Mkhwanazi said history will ultimately judge leaders not by positions they held or the awards they received, but by whether they chose principle over self-interest when it mattered most, and that history will not judge us by the titles we held, the awards we collected, or the speeches we delivered. History will judge us by whether we defended the truth when it mattered, whether we protected the weak when it was difficult, and whether we placed the future of South Africa above personal interest. His remarks were met with strong attention from attendees, underscoring the growing national conversation about corruption, accountability, and the future of South Africa's democratic institutions. As the country continues to grapple with challenges ranging from organized crime and corruption to declining public trust, Mkhwanazi's message was clear. The time for complacency has passed, and the responsibility for rebuilding South Africa rests with every institution and every citizen. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more.